Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today I have a review of Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb, the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy. Let's get out of the way. I finished this book months ago. I read it as part of the Hobbalong run by Sam over at Sam's Nonsense. I believe that the Hobbalong might have ended now. I really haven't kept on track with that at all. At the end of reading this book, I haven't read any more of the Robin Hobb books, but it's more because I wanted to take a break from Robin Hobb to read other books than the fact that I didn't enjoy this book, because I did enjoy this book. I thought that this book was a great return to Bookkeep, and it was nice to see what Fitz has been getting up to. Although, Lord, that boy is depressed, and I think he's older than me at this point in these books. But he's not having the best life, is he? Like, really, his life since the end of Assassin's Quest hasn't been the greatest for him, and he's secluded himself somewhat, living in this very small house away from the world with this young lad Hap, who he's almost taken on as a son. And in this book he's called back into the world of Bookkeep because Queen Catricken's son has gone, Prince Dutiful has gone missing. There's this fear that he is being kidnapped, and there is also more talk, morning Mr. Magpie, there is more talk of the Piebalds, who are witted ones who have almost struck out after the events of the first trilogy. I was really glad that this book talked more about the witted ones and the wit, because that had been something that I'd rather liked and wished had been talked about more within the first trilogy. I liked that we get the sense that Fitz really doesn't understand what he's doing with his magic at all. He doesn't understand his wit, he still doesn't properly understand his skill, and yet here he is being asked to, once they found Dutiful, to train him up. I am forever going to be sad about the ending of this book and the way that this book ended for certain characters, but I do believe that this is a fantastic start to trilogy, and when I eventually get around to reading the final two books, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy them as well. I don't want to spoil the Live Ship Traders trilogy, so I'm not going to mention something that could relate to the books, but I am happy that Hobb created this link between the two series. And I was really glad to see the Fool again, and especially in his new guise as Lord Golden, because here, with Fitz and the Fool, I couldn't help but see Fitz as this very Watson-like character and the Fool as Holmes. And seeing them go out on this investigation, this search for Dutiful, and they're travelling to country houses, and they're going on these long quests, and it melded this, like the Sherlock Holmes stories and fantasy together for me in this perfect way that I was really happy about, because I really have almost, for some reason, rediscovered my attachments to the Sherlock Holmes stories from when I was younger. And once again, it's a bit sad that I gave away the novels and the short stories last year thinking I couldn't get on with the writing style, because now I don't own those books, and I feel like I would, because I feel like I've grown as a reader, and I shouldn't discuss this here. Within Fitz and the Fool's investigation, you get more of a sense of who these characters have become and where they have been in the time that has passed since the end of Assassin's Quest. You get the sense that they are more adult now, more grown up, and the Fool is still kind of annoyed that Fitz can't realise how important he is in the grand scheme of things. Personally, I don't realise how important he is yet, because I've not finished reading all the books, but what can you do? As I said, really glad to hear more about the Witted Ones, and also to have an enemy that was so far removed from Regal, because with Regal, we're aware, he was an outright bastard. Like, I can't stand Regal. Like, if there was ever a villain to, like, surpass Severus Snape in my eyes, it would be Regal. Yes, Severus Snape is a villain. You're never going to convince me otherwise. Stop trying to tell me that just because he loves them, but no. Anyway, The villainess, the villain of the piece within this book, is awful. She is so terrible. Yet once again, we have to have somebody who finally has a motive that's understandable, and you can kind of understand where she's coming from. But it was very much, she was very much an Irene Adler to Fitz and the Fool's Holmes. You know, man, as she will always be the woman and being mildly insane and really not just ruining the lives of one person but quite a lot of the people around her, but in doing so it gave us more of a sense of the wit. So I'm very glad that Hobb included that and made me more able to understand what is going on in the grand scheme of things in this world. I will say that I missed Burrich, however we're saying it, I say Burrick. I really missed Burrick within these books because to me he was very much a Hagrid type character, and I mention Harry Potter a lot in relation to these books because the very first time I read Assassin's Apprentice gave me the same sensation I'd had when I first read Harry Potter, and reading Fool's Errand took me back to that, but in a way that the seventh book of Harry Potter does, that you're aware that this is the same world that you first encountered, but it is so completely different than the one that you were used to and you were comfortable with. Again, Hobb is a great writer. I like that you get to see this world from Fitz's point of view. I liked certain hints that we got to other books within the realm of the Elderlings, and I am looking forward to reading the sequels when I eventually get a chance to, and when I have read more of the books on these shelves behind me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about Fool's Errand, please ask them in the comments section, and until next time, that is all.